time frame. I just caught the last part of your explanation.
Okay. I think the power of the market is to be able to look at it from all certain standpoints, right? If anybody's familiar with my faith tradition, one of the things that we say, what up, bro? One of the things that we always say about God is that he's altogether lovely, right? So when I hear that phrase, the way that it was described is no matter how you behold him, he's still beautiful to behold, right? Not trying to push my faith on anybody or anything like that, but that got me to thinking. We enter trades, enter investment, take stocks, play options. We do all of these different things, but we take a position. We take a position because of our belief about what will occur in the future. But imagine if we can look at our position from multiple time frames. Is our position altogether lovely or just 5-minute lovely? Is it just 60-minute lovely? Will our position be great today, this year, this week, this hour? How lovely can our position get? Right? And what we're always looking for is an altogether lovely position. I used to teach this with an old story. Can I tell you an old story, bro? Mike, I could tell you an old story.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, old story. I used to teach time frames like this. A guy's at a grocery store. Right? I don't know what it is for you. Publix, Piggly Wiggly, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, whatever it is. But think grocery store. Right? He's got all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The guy's got salsa. He's got tacos. He's got ground turkey, ground chicken, tofu. He's got shrimp. He's got lettuce. He's got cheese. He's got the queso mix. He's got the chips. He's ready to go. It is taco night. You feel me? Like taco night. He's got all of his stuff. He goes to register number 7 to check out. Here he is at register number 7 and he's about to check out. He puts all of his stuff on the turnstile. The cashier says, "Hey, did you find everything you need?" He says, "Oh yeah, I found everything that I need." As he's putting his things down, he sees out of his peripheral vision, out of his left side of his eye, he sees an image. It's like something faint. What's that? So he turns and he sees a silhouette. Hey, yo, Mike, he really likes the silhouette. Really loves it. So he walks over to the silhouette. The silhouette comes out of silhouette form and now he can see more details. The details are nice jeans, comfy shoes, business top, hair done, teeth beautiful, skin immaculate. This woman is amazing. So here he is on the Italian aisle. He's looking at spaghetti sauce. He's looking at noodles. Now the boy already got all the stuff for Mexican night already up there. We making tacos tonight. But here he is on the Italian aisle, acting like he wants some cheese and that he's looking for Parmesan. So he's just trying to get closer to this thing that looked kind of good to him from afar. And once he musters up the courage, he says, "Man, you ain't even tell me what time dinner was going to start." And the response was, "Well, I ain't know you was hungry." Okay, we're warming up. You know what I'm saying? We're warming up. He says, "Well, I really have something to do today." And while he's talking, he's noticing. No ring finger on the finger. She has a badge from her job, so she has a job. She's at a store, so she loves to cook. He says to her, "Well, I'm a little bit tied up with what I'm doing tonight, but maybe I can get your Instagram or I can get your email or something like that, and we can maybe chop it up later." She says, "Cool." He engages. Boom. They have a trade. They trade information. All right, what does that mean for you as a time frame looker? The thing was, what he was trying to do from afar was determine whether or not the trade was worth it. First, it was a silhouette that caught his eye. It was enough that when he looked up his head, he saw that the silhouette was a little bit better than he thought. So he tells the register person, hey, hold my order. I'm going to go over here. When he goes over, he's gathering more information, trying to see if he should take advantage of the trade. What you don't know is the whole time she was doing the same thing. When he gathers the fact that she's not in a relationship, that she loves to cook, that she has a job, that she's beautiful, that she doesn't have stank breath, he finally decides to invest, to take the trade, to shoot the shot. Okay, the trade room is wide open for everybody. I'm on live, and if you hit the link in my bio, charge my card, you can definitely just come on in. I thought that was, but come on in, man. You all know it's open trade room today. I just know the bonds are really not doing much, and I want to see what happens at 41. So what he had to determine, and what you've determined before in your life, is, was the trade worth it? We do this in our lives all the time. We don't just take the first job they offer us. We don't just go to the first school that they accept us to. And we don't just buy the first house that we see. We do more research. We get more information. We do more due diligence. We make sure that if we're going to engage, that it is altogether lovely. Where is the job? Is it too far from my house? How much will tolls be? Will I be able to drop off my kids and still make it in time? We're judging the job, but not just because it's a great AC and they have a coffee machine. No, we have to judge it all the way through. But when we get on the charts, we tend to just say, oh, buy it. Jason said, buy it. Mark said, buy it. Ian said, buy it. Terry says, sell it. Trapper said, buy it. Where's the due diligence? Warrior Trader said, buy it. Anybody. CNN said, buy it. MSNBC said, buy it. MSNBC. Fox Cable said, buy it. Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance said, we're over degree fear index. We're over fear time. So, like what? Let us do more research. And when I get into a trade, I take it as seriously as proposing. I'm going to make sure it's altogether lovely before I get into that joint. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not. I'd rather look at the chart and walk away than get in a position of something that maybe looks good. No. We got to make sure it looks good. So that's what we do with the time frames, Mike. We start at the top. And we look at price all the way to the bottom. Hey, far away. That's what a high time frame is. You get away. Okay, from far away, I can see this. That is my yearly. Okay, here's my monthly. Okay, here's my weekly chart. Okay, cool. Here's my daily chart. All right, here's my 4-hour chart. Until you can get as close to price as you can and find the agreement. Find where you should participate. Always where you should participate. What is best for you? All right? Because every other participant in this market is thinking about what is best for them. Okay? Does this make sense, Mike?
Sorta. You kind of lost me. I understand.
I'm going to teach you about the Purian Spring then. How long you been trading?
Probably about a year and a half.
You married?
Yes.
What's her name? Or his name? Christina?
No, his.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Christina. Where's Christina from?
Wichita, Kansas.
You ever been?
What?
You ever been to Wichita?
Yeah, we live here.
Okay, cool. What's her mom's name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy. You ever met her?
Yes.
Good. You like her?
Yes.
Why'd you feel like you had to meet her?
Find out who her daughter was.
Exactly. You were doing more research. How long between, like, what date did you guys start dating, you and Christina?
What date?
Yeah, when did you guys start dating or meet each other or get to know one another?
It was probably 2 weeks in.
2 weeks after meeting her? Okay, cool. And then how long was it between the day that you kind of recognized and y'all start hanging out to the day that y'all got married? Did it take a year, 6 months, 8 months?
Year.
A year. Okay, cool. What were you doing for that year in order to decide whether or not you wanted to marry her?
Looking at habits, spending habits.
Good, good. So you were doing research, deciding whether or not you wanted to take the trade. Was she the first woman you ever dated?
No.
So you dated other women before?
Right.
Why didn't you marry those women?
Spending habits, certain things out of control.
They didn't make sense. After you did your research, you didn't engage in the trade. Because what you were going to trade was her last name for yours, your devotion for hers. So you were going to get into a trade. You just had to do the right research. So you picked up one instrument, call it the NASDAQ. But you didn't like the NASDAQ today. So you pick up Apple. You didn't like Apple today. You pick up crypto. You didn't like crypto today. But then you saw old Christina. Christina, you picked her up. Call it the bonds. Oh, man, I love Christina. Now, this is the instrument that I can trade. So then you engage in the trade. You ask her to change her name. Everybody comes out. You guys throw rice and eat cake. Do you see that what you did was gather more information before you participated at a higher level? Do you see that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just saying that on the charts, that's what you have to do. To rush into a position, to rush into buy or to rush into sell without gathering all of the information is hazardous to the investor, to the trader. We have to know what's going on. Does this make sense?
Right.
Okay, fantastic. Now that we know it makes sense, does it make sense now that we have to look through the time frames? Because while if we're looking at an instrument, maybe the dailies can say buy it, but maybe the hourly say sell it. Maybe the 4 hour says wait on it. And maybe the 5 minute says sell it. So we have to look and get an agreement between our time frames before we jump into trading, because we want this trade to be altogether lovely. We want it to be more like Christina than them other chicks. You dig?
Right.
All right. Does it make more sense to you now?
Yes. Real quick question. So you say you want all the time frames to line up?
I'm looking for all of them to make sense with one another. I am. I'm typically looking for them to make sense.
I can understand on the higher time frame, like the daily, the 4 hour, and the hour. But so when I start getting down to the 5 and the 1 minute, it's different.
What's so different about it?
It's real close. So
Okay. Step back, you're getting kind of close. Y'all remember that from Panama City when I was in Panama? Y'all was in the trade room talking about that? So it's getting kind of close, as it should. The candle's getting made every 5 minutes. Doesn't take a whole lot of time for something to be done. The way I look at a candle is this, and never forget this because this is going to help you. A candle is giving a testimony. That's the job of a candle. A candle is here to tell me what happened. And a candle can tell me a lot of things. It can say, hey, boss, I was born. Then the buyers, they just took over. And then I just went straight up. And then it was over. A candle can say, man, I was born. And the buyers showed up to me. Man, and I went up for a second. Next thing I knew, the sellers were there. And I just went straight down. No stopping. A candle can say, man, I went down. Then I went up. And I kind of ended right back where I started. Candles are here to testify. Now, the question is, who's going to give you the quickest testimony? Your smallest time frame. Who's going to tell you the truest testimony? Your largest time frame. And we need the stories of their testimony to agree. Hey, the higher time frames, they said that they were going to go up on the indexes. If they're going up, then I want to be a buyer. Should I buy from high or low, Mike?
high.
You should buy from high?
I mean low.
Good. You should buy from low. So the question is, if you want to go up today and I want to be a buyer with you because you already told me to, where's the lowest place I can buy from? Because that's going to be the most advantageous move I can make today. Does this make sense?
Right.
All right. So you're always just looking for the agreement. The 5 minute candle is going to give you the quickest testimony. The daily candle, weekly candle, the higher time frame is going to give you the most true testimony. Your job is to see where the stories line up so that you make sure that they're telling you the right thing. The candles talk. They talk. They tell you what happened. Look at this. Look at what happened. Can you see my chart?
Yes.
Now, we've been waiting. We finally getting to 41. The time we get to 41 is 9:15. Bonds get down to 25. And guess what they do? Break back up. I told you I'm not believing anything until we get under 27 and hold it. So I told you the bonds are going to be ranging today. I told you this an hour ago. What have they done since?
Range.
Good. How did I know? Am I a magician? Did God give me something he did not give you? Absolutely not. What I did was look for the agreement. Daily said down. 4 hours said support. Hourly said support. Daily said down, but they're running into support. I said sellers are in charge, but they're at a place where the buyers have something to say. And that needs to be reconciled. As I look through the time frames, as I look through the testimonies, all I see is people stepping up at this price range to buy. When you come here, you meet a buyer every time. February 10th, buyer, 151.02. February 11th, buyers, 151.02. They swung a little lower, but the buyers took it up. Hey, February 14th, Valentine's Day, yesterday, 151.04, buyer. So yeah, we're back. But as soon as we got back, who we here to? The sellers made it back. Happy for you. Who you gonna meet when you get there? A buyer? And this must be reconciled. Because yes, the market trended from above to below, but when they got here, now we got a little ranging to do. I have to reconcile the time frames to find out what might be a possibility for price action today. Because all of them are telling me their testimony. My job is to pay attention to what they're saying and know that it is the truth because greed is real. If I'm a seller, I want this thing to go which way? Good. If I'm a buyer, which way do I want it to go?
Up.
Okay, cool. If I'm a buyer, who's going to stop me from making the market go up?
Seller.
If I'm a seller, who's going to stop me from making it go down?
Buyer.
Showtime. That's as easy as the market gets. It gets no simpler. And I don't care what chart you look at, bro. That's the rules. Them's the rules. That is how it works. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. My guy. Questions. I typically don't take